Welcome to another episode of the After Dark podcast. I'm Rachel, a boudoir photographer.
I'm Kristin. I do hair and makeup.
And we are After Dark.
Yes. Happy holidays, by the way.
Yes, happy holidays.
If you can't tell from our little reindeer ears.
We love to be festive.
We are celebrating the holidays. This episode will air the 16th or so right before Christmas. So we're getting a little festive with you.
Yeah. Merry Christmas. So first, we want to talk about today's drink sponsor, which is the energy drink. And so,
there's the one we used.
And so we, in true After Dark fashion, have paired it with Grey Goose vodka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vodka and pineapple, if you will.
Yes.
We went with the pineapple splash energy drink.
Yes.
So I don't know much about this company. Rachel is now putting me on.
Yes.
So she's going to kick it.
So the energy drink is a great company. It's a Pennsylvania-based company.
Ooh, very good.
Proceeds go to first responders. So the guys that started the company are retired firefighters.
Okay.
And so my husband, being a probation officer, that's something super important to us.
Yeah.
That this company supports first responders. And not only is their mission something that we love, but truly I have run on the energy drink for an entire tennis tournament where I was the official event photographer of.
No heart attacks?
No heart attacks. And I will say, I do love the taste of Celsius.
Yeah.
I can only have one because otherwise I will start feeling like heart palpitations.
Yeah.
But the entire day, I had probably, I shouldn't admit this, probably 6 energy drinks. Yes.
Don't worry, they're only 10 calories, so she's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't feel jittery. I didn't feel any kind of like, weird.
No sugar, 2 carbs, 10 calories, no fat, no protein either, to be fair. If you're a protein girly like me, this is a drink without protein in it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So
you're going to need to get that somewhere else.
Everything else is very low. So they're all things that like check off the box for me right away.
Yeah.
Founded by firefighters, powers you while supporting first responders. Yeah. And that's in Montgomery County, you said?
I believe Montgomery County, yeah. So Pennsylvania-based company. Yeah. They're fantastic. I did end up, after that event, becoming an official affiliate with them.
Okay.
And yeah, I love them. Yeah. So if you see the energy drink in local distributors, they are activating the brand. You will start seeing them pop up in different stores, different establishments.
Okay.
A good friend of mine, Hector Feliciano, is one of their
content creators. Is he the videographer?
No, he's not a videographer, but he's one of their main distributors.
Oh, a distributor.
He's helping them activate the brand
and
getting them into local stores and stuff like that. So
very cool.
Yeah, super cool company. Really love them. We will link them below.
Yeah. When you see it, try it out. It tastes very good so far.
Yeah. Yeah. My favorite of the flavors is actually the cherry flash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I picked the pineapple because I'm a pineapple girly, and I thought pineapple and vodka. I order that sometimes at a bar. So instead of a Red Bull and vodka, we went pineapple vodka, but on an energy drink.
Yeah, for sure. So, and it's very delicious. So, yeah.
Catch us in 40 minutes running around the house like crazy people. Let's see how it turns out.
Here we go. Merry Christmas, bitches.
Hey.
So we are kicking off today's episode with a viewer question.
Ooh, okay.
So this viewer says, "Hey girls, love the show.
Thanks.
Your advice about dating and relationship has been cool, but what about adult friends? I really want more female friends, and I envy the women I know who go on girls' trips, but I don't even know how to break into a group like that or start my own."
It's so hard. I hear this from my friends who have kids who they want more friends who also have kids, and I get that. Like, it's not that my friendship isn't meaningful, it's that they need that my kids can go play with their kids while the adults hang. Yeah. And it is so hard because what I'm understanding from my clients who sit in my chair is that adult women who have children in that realm, they're still the popularity group. There's still the mean girl mentality. There's still the clickiness. And I hate that for y'all. I really do. So what I would say is don't always go for just because your kids are friends, I need to befriend the parent. That's not necessarily true. I think you should find people who have like-minded thoughts that you do, right? So like I have befriended clients who sit in my chair. That's not necessarily the best thing sometimes, because then you have that balance of friendship and professional. But if someone sits in my chair long enough and I like who they are as a person, and in particular, if they tell me, I don't really have a lot of female friends and it's really something I'm looking for, I will absolutely open my arms and embrace it, because I want women to feel welcome and have that like vibe, that community behind them. And I have a lot of really good, strong females that will welcome you in. But it is really hard. And the only thing I can say is you have to find people who are like-minded. Don't change yourself to fit into a girl group. Find one that fits you. There's plenty of them out there, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually relate to this so much because I have, for the last how many years, dedicated my entire life to mom. Yeah, to my husband, to my kids.
And building your business.
Yes, building my business. Yeah. And so having social time with women, when she said like, I feel envy when girls go on girl trips. Yeah. I'm like, I can relate to that so much because I'm like, man, like what's wrong with me that I don't have this? And what's wrong with me is that I don't prioritize it. You know,
you could.
Yes, I absolutely could.
You just did.
Right. Yeah. Yes. And so, you know, it's one of those things where you do have to give a little bit. So whatever is like taking up the priority in your life right now, viewer, you're going to have to compromise. Yeah. You're going to have to say to your partner, if that's the case, like, hey, I'm going out with the girls tonight. And it's going to be this new element in your relationship where you guys kind of do some separate things.
I agree. Even if it's a child, like you're a single mom, utilize your group, utilize other parents, utilize your family, utilize your neighbor, like, or, you know, go and hire somebody off of like a site that does like professional babysitting, like spend the money, walk away, do the thing that you need to do to better yourself, because you will be a better parent when you come back from it. Yeah. I just read a statistic the other day that says getting together with your girlfriends once every 22 days, like heightens the endorphins in your body. Because when you come back from a girls' night out, and this is so true, like my friends and I, even though we see each other a lot, if there's that night that's just like, chef's kiss. Yeah. And you get home and you're laying in bed, like we'll text each other and be like, I really needed that. And it's not like we didn't do it 3 days ago. It's that night really reset my like whole energy. Yeah. Everyone deserves to have that. So yeah, I think you need to just find the right people, ask the right questions, and like insert yourself. Yeah. Just insert yourself. And then if you go and you still feel like the outsider, then don't do it again. Yeah. Find another group. You know what I mean?
And as far as moms wanting to connect with other moms, maybe I'm being a little pessimistic about this because my experience has been so abysmal. Yeah. Yeah, but I have one girlfriend that has worked out with, and my friend Lauren is incredible. I just went to Jim Thorpe with her. We had the best time. We initially connected because both of our boys played lacrosse. Both of us ended up coaching them. She's an amazing woman. But out of all of the times that I have tried to have mom friends I've been a mother now for 17 years. Yeah. It worked out one time. Yeah. So, you know, the odds are not great.
And that was her as a single mom. Now she's coupled up, and now you got to find a guy and a girl that you're going to like together. Yeah. So finding couples to be friends with is even harder.
Even harder.
Yeah, it's even harder. So maybe just start with finding your own people. Yeah. And then figuring out how it goes from there. But no, I hear this a lot from my female clients who are like, wow, you're always like booked and busy, and like you always have some event to go to, and you always have some party, and you always have a group of girls who wants to do this with you. And I'm like, but that's been curated over my existence of being in my 30s and 20s, is that I make time, I spend time, I reach out, I make plans. Like it takes two people to make a friendship happen. You can't just like want someone to be your friend without making an effort either.
I was just going to say, in order to have good friends, you have to be a good friend. Yeah. And I've had clients in the past that I've really vibed with, and I'm like, in another life, you would be my bestie. Yeah. And they've even said like, oh my God, I want to be your friend. And I have literally point blank said to them, you don't want to be my friend. Yeah. I don't text people back.
Not great.
Right. Like 0 out of 10, you know?
But we're realistic.
Correct. Yeah. I have the awareness to know that I'm in a phase in my life where all of my time and energy is is being put into my husband and my kids.
Yeah.
And now.
We're our podcast now.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But now as my kids, the bulk of my kids, I have 4 of them, are now teenagers and they're driving and they're doing this and that. Brian and I are experiencing this newfound kind of freedom.
Open freedom. Yeah.
Yes.
I was just going to say.
And so we're now starting to socialize a little bit more. But for many years prior to this, you know, it's just our kids are all athletes. We're very involved parents. And so it is what it is.
It's harder.
Yeah. But for sure. So now it's like I have the time and the energy to begin to allocate to being a good friend to people so that I can curate good friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's important. And I think it's interesting because I don't think we've talked about this yet on the podcast, but Rachel and I do not know each other for a long period of time. Oh. We know each other through mutual people. Her brother is one of them. Other people who've worked with both of us are another one. And like, we've always been on social media.
Yeah.
But we only really met each other last like April.
Yeah.
And that is one of the things we like about our podcast is like, I don't know what Rachel's going to say or what her feelings are because I don't know her all that well.
Yeah.
But this is how you become friends with people. Like she said, do you want to do this? I said, yes, I want to work for you. She said, do you want to film a podcast? I said, hell yes, I want to. She invited me to her husband's birthday party. I don't know anyone there. I said, yes, I'm going to show up. That's how you show up for people who you want to like come into your circle, show up for them. They're going to show up for you and you're going to build a community that way. So like she's already finding that like my female friends will very quickly become hers.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to be hard. Like that's all it takes. A little bit of effort on both people.
For sure.
Yeah.
And when you find somebody that you really vibe with, it's most likely that you will vibe with their people too.
Exactly.
And it really is just about finding the women that can be in your life that, you know, share similar values and, you know, have a general vibe. Because like, I got to be honest, never again, and we talked about this previously, but never again will I be part of a girls' friends group when you get up from a table at brunch and everybody's talking shit.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Why would she lie about that? I know that that's not true. It's like, no, that's not what we're doing here.
Right.
That's not what we're doing here.
No, thank you.
When you leave my table, I'm going to say, I am so happy for Rachel that she is finally at a place where she can come out and do this stuff. And I'm so glad for that. Like none of my friends, like when you leave, or I've said this before, when you're not in the room with me, you don't have to worry about what I'm saying about you.
Yeah.
It's going to be positive.
Yeah.
I'm always going to be proud of you.
Right.
I'm always going to boost you up. Even if I'm annoyed with you about a friendship situation, I'm still going to do it for your business or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
For sure. Or it's going to be at least met with like a basic level of respect of like, you know what? I know who my friend is.
Yeah.
And maybe she's a little crazy or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to let this one thing that she did or said define her as a person. You know, we're going to give her grace because she deserves it. Like, I want those kinds of women that are going to look at me with kind eyes.
Yeah. Everyone deserves that.
Yes. Yeah.
Everyone. Because we all mess up and we all make bad decisions and we all... As much as I can say from the outside what you guys should be doing in dating, that does not mean that I do them initially when I date people either.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like, I don't always practice what I preach. I do eventually, usually, but I also lie to my friends sometimes because I'm like, if I tell them, they're going to call me out on this and I don't really want to hear it yet, you know? And so we all have that moment of like, do you know that this happened? And I'm like, yeah. And you know what? That's her business. When she decides to tell me, then I will tell her how dumb she is. But until then, I'm going to let her live her life.
Exactly.
And that's how your friends should be.
Yes.
Because we are all allowed to make mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, again, as long as you're not like doing it to me, right? We're not harming other people in the making.
Right.
Make your mistakes,
Yes.
learn and live your life.
Right.
With the support of your friends who are not going to judge you.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So viewer, I hope this helps a little bit. And I hope that you find your girl tribe.
Yeah. Or send us a message.
Yeah.
Come to our speed dating event.
Yeah.
Meet tons of people, including us, and become our friend.
For sure. Yep.
I have lots, but I could use more.
Yes. Because our whole thing is like women supporting women. And if that's your vibe, we want to be friends.
Yeah, we can be friends easily. One, two, three.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If you like our podcast at all, I'm sure we can be friends.
For sure, yeah. Because we don't hold much back. So.
Yeah. You must be okay with honesty.
Right, yeah. You're either like, I love those girls or I hate them.
Yeah. You're probably like, I wish I could say that out loud, but I can't.
Yeah.
And that's acceptable. You will get there, though, with the help of us.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and Kristin's helping me with that, honestly. You know, because I have spent now a decade or longer kind of curating this like version of me on social media.
Yep.
You know, wanting to be sort of Berks County's darling, body positive darling
Yeah.
as a boudoir photographer. And it's very exhausting.
It's not real.
It's not real.
It's not realistic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the thing is like, if you have followed me on social media for any amount of time, you will know, like, there has been no drama. Yeah. Like, there has been no, like, because I back away from it.
Yeah, and I promise you her life is not sunshine. Like, it goes through struggles just like everyone's.
For sure. Yeah. All right, so today's Reddit story is, am I overreacting for thinking my psychiatrist asking to move in with me is inappropriate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100% yes.
Yeah. So last week I had an appointment with my psychiatrist and had disclosed to her that my husband and I were buying a house. Okay. She asked details of the house and when we were closing, so I told her. She then replied with, "That's perfect. I just need 1 bedroom and a kitchen. I like to cook." Of course, I thought that she was just joking, but then she went on and she goes, "I told my landlord that I'm moving out of my current place because the commute is too far and I'm looking for something closer to work. Would you be willing to rent a room out to me?"
This is during a therapy session?
Yes.
This is not like an email.
No, she's in the throes of
So this woman's
therapy.
wasting her money while this woman's trying to, okay.
Yeah,
all right, cool. Yeah. Okay.
She then shows me the text threads with her current landlord who was praising her for being a good tenant.
Sure she is.
I kind of brushed it off and said, "Well, I don't know about a room, but the place that we're renting now will be available once we move out."
Smart.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I would not have even thought about as a solution for like days.
I don't know of any empty houses. I got nothing for you.
I'm just frozen in anxiety right now.
Because a lot of people would when somebody asks you, that was her plot.
Yes.
I'm going to ask an extreme question and she's going to be too scared to answer it any other way than yes.
Yes.
But continue.
So she goes, and she said, "That would be nice, but I was looking for something cheaper." Our session ended. She told me to call her if I needed her.
Sorry I don't pay you enough per session. Like, that's the other thing I just heard.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Ooh.
Right.
Tough.
So she goes, to call her if I needed her, but then said, "But I might need you first." God. Now, my husband thought that it was funny when I told him.
Okay.
But my best friend thinks this woman should not be a psychiatrist.
That's me.
Yep. Mm-hmm. She said, "I've had previous uncomfortable encounters with her where she told me that my miscarriage happened because I wasn't happy enough."
What?
Yeah.
This woman shouldn't be a psychiatrist.
That's crazy.
That's it. Full stop.
Right.
You should not be a psychiatrist if you say things like that. That's medically not your advice to be giving. That's an opinion on something that's not factual.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Right.
Okay. I would have left her then, but continue.
Yeah. She goes, and this most current session, she told me that it's because my baby knew that we didn't own a home yet. Am I overreacting?
This fetus knows that.
Right.
Okay.
This is quack behavior.
We're not mentally stable ourselves, ma'am.
So I will say I spent many years working in the mental health profession at a state hospital.
Oh, right.
And the ongoing joke was that the only difference between the patients and the staff is that the staff had keys.
Yeah.
And the patients did not.
Yeah. Everyone's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there is so much truth to that because people that are attracted to the profession of mental health oftentimes are coming from a place of like their own, you know, whether it's their own mental health or they've been impacted by the mental health of people in their families or whatever, intimate relationships. So there is a personal reason that kind of propels you into that profession. But typically, because human beings are inherently selfish beings.
Right.
Typically, it's because you struggle with your own mental health. And so sometimes you got to really be very careful with some of these providers.
And like, I think most people know that like you are not good. No one is perfect. No one is entirely healed and like walking around this earth just being so elevated in their mindset. But what your hope has to be is that you found somebody who's like, my life and my experiences are not going to affect how I tell you to go forward in yours because that's not my medical degree.
Right.
That's my personal experience. If you want personal experience issues, you watch our podcast.
Yeah.
We're not medical professionals. We're telling you from our experience what we think about this stuff.
Yeah.
If I was your therapist, you should be questioning the way I talk to you.
Yes,
because Your advice should be based on the professional medical training you got at school.
Yes.
Not your own biases of what happened. Now, I had a bad experience with a therapist before where she really overstepped her boundaries. I went to her for a few sessions to help decide what I wanted to do with a long-term relationship. And I didn't know if I should get out of it and just walk away or if that was me being weak. And I will tell you, she didn't help me at all. When I eventually had the conversation with my now ex-boyfriend about what ended us, when I said it to her, she said, wow, that was really smart. Where'd you get that from? And I thought, well, not you, bitch. So I'm done paying you for advice when you're surprised by how smart I am. So solved my relationship, ended my therapy. She calls my salon, which is a salon that I have receptionists that, you know, pick up the phone and answer. I don't come to the phone, they book for me. She asked for me by name. I come up, I said, well, who is it? Like, is it a family member calling for me? And they're like, no, it's your therapist. I'm pretty sure legally you shouldn't have been able to say that.
Right.
One. So I'm like, hey, blank, what's going on? Is everything okay? I'm like, what the hell could she be calling me for emergently? And she was like, hey, my daughter's hairstylist is sick and she has prom on Saturday and her appointment just got canceled. Can you get her in?
Oh my God.
My therapist.
Oh my God.
I said, this is the most unprofessional shit I have ever heard of. I will not help your daughter and I will be canceling my future appointments with you.
She just disclosed to your employer that you are in therapy. Like, not everybody wants people to know that they're in therapy.
Right. Like, I am an open book. So, of course, like, everyone knew anyway. It's like,
for sure.
But, like, that's me. That's not everyone. And,
right.
like, legally binding, I don't think you were allowed to say it. That's one. And two, you're certainly not allowed to use my work phone number on my application to call me to ask for an appointment. Like, that shit is wild. That was wild to me. And I was just like, for a while there, I thought, well, one, I'm smarter than therapists.
Yeah.
Obviously. Like,
right.
Clearly I'm smarter than you are, so I'm just going to handle life myself. That's not always how I go. I do like online therapy when I need it.
Podcast.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I ended up on a podcast. Turns out I'm smarter than therapists. No, but like I feel for this woman because when therapists overstep their boundaries, you'd feel like you're in the wrong not doing what's happening. Now, I'm a person who knows what's wrong and right, so I was like, fuck off. But I see why you would answer these questions. That woman didn't even need to know when you were signing your contract for the house.
Right.
What do you need to know that for? You're not a part of this. You're not my mortgage lender.
Yeah.
So from jump, wrong. And also, let's go back to the miscarriage.
That's wild.
In what world?
Right.
You didn't punch that woman directly in her face.
Right.
I would have.
Right. For blaming my mental health and my not being happy enough to be able to grow a child in my womb. Like, what?
Where's your doctorate from? Like, where's your medical degree from? I'd like to know, because
yeah, for sure.
Miscarriages don't happen based on happiness.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy. But with my therapist, who I love so much, and he has since essentially retired. He was young, but there was reasons. He was wonderful. And I can count literally 3 times in the year or so that I was going to him for weekly in-person therapy appointments where he said, do you mind if I self-disclose?
Yeah.
And those were the only 3 times that he ever allowed me to get to know him as a human being.
Yep.
And
Correct.
not my service provider.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Accurate. I feel like that's totally accurate.
Yeah. But when your service provider in that setting starts to, you know, because like as a boudoir photographer, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to self-disclose, you know? Like I don't do it with everybody. There's got to be a vibe, you know, there's got to be a little bit of give and take.
Yeah.
But I certainly do. Like I will have clients that they're just ready to talk and they're ready to have a girls' day and just a vent session, whatever. And so we're like throwing things back and forth, you know, like high conflict bio parents type of bullshit.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that's great. But like, I don't hold a medical license where, you know, I'm like, I owe you a certain amount of
discretion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I agree. And even then it's like in both of our professions, the things people say to us, we both take into serious consideration if we ever talk about it again.
Right.
And
from
like,
a moral place.
Yes, exactly. And it's like, in my case, I work in a town where you might know who I'm talking about. In your case for our job, people come from out of town, so people may not, but it's still a matter of like, it's not our business to be talking about what they said to us.
Right.
Like people say like, please don't share this. And I'm like, girl, please, your business is not for me to talk. I have plenty of things to talk about with people.
Right.
I don't have to talk about you.
Yeah.
Like, not for nothing, but I got lots of stuff to say, clearly. So yeah, your therapist doing that is such a harsh violation.
Yeah.
It's so absolutely wackadoodle that my only recommendation would be to call immediately to the state board and like get her medical license revoked.
Yeah.
It's not professional.
For sure.
And you can't live with your therapist.
No.
Also. That's like, I feel like that's also a rule.
Right.
Has
and
to be.
I feel like therapists already have such a hard time just simply being somebody's friend.
Yeah.
Because they're in this role of like, people probably just want,
therapizing them all the time. Yeah.
Right. They just want to like get your opinion and perspective. So you're never done with your job.
Yeah.
And so you have to like learn to like draw these like hard boundaries and like,
Mm-hmm.
So this therapist has gone way beyond, but there is an update.
Okay.
So OP says
they don't live together.
We'll see. OP says, by the way, update to add, she's a psych NP, not a psychiatrist. My bad. Which
a psych nurse practitioner.
Yes.
Okay.
So you would hope that
similar education though.
Similar, I think maybe not as extensive.
Okay.
To become a psych nurse practitioner, but what do I know?
I definitely don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Because a psychiatrist has the element of being able to prescribe medicine.
Right.
A psychologist would be like more in a talk therapy.
But a nurse practitioner can prescribe medication.
True. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are so sorry, nurse practitioners.
Yeah. I mean, that's what my best friend
downplay.
Kristin is a nurse practitioner. So like, it is true that she could prescribe a psych med, but I don't know that she would ever, because that's not her.
Yeah.
Necessarily her profession. You know what I mean?
Specialty, yeah.
Yeah. Like she'd be like, no, you need to go to a psychiatrist if you want that. Like, I'm not going to give that to you just because I can script it.
Right.
You need to go talk to the right person. And I'm not entirely sure that this lady is the right person.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
And not that psychiatrists can't be effective in talk therapy.
Totally.
But
you go to them for a reason though.
Yeah, you go for them for
a lot of people
medication.
have both a therapist and a psychiatrist.
Correct, yeah.
Because I think therapists talk about your everyday.
Yeah.
And a psychiatrist talks about like that overwhelming stuff you can't control that they need to help you with.
Right. That you need medication for. Yeah. So anyways, next update.
And also I know some psych NPs and they make a lot of money. So like, why can't you afford your own place, babe? What kind of gambling problem do you have?
Right. For sure.
Like,
that's funny. You're so right.
Yeah. So I don't know why she couldn't afford her own house. Like, why would you need to move in with one of your patients?
For sure. Yeah.
And in what world is she not going to get in trouble from people once they find out? None of it makes sense.
No, none of it makes sense.
None of it makes sense. Like, so you went to work that day and you're like, I'm going to find somebody whose house I can move into. Like, I don't get it.
Right.
Like, that's wild.
Yeah. There are also people like that say things like you miscarried because you're not happy, because they're like,
Disgusting.
they just want to like weaponize like, you know
the
what I
fact
mean?
that you couldn't do it type of thing.
Yeah, like they just want you to feel like shit about yourself.
Gotta love people like that.
Yeah. So this woman should not be in this profession at all.
No.
But so there's an update. She says, to everyone saying, I don't know how you kept seeing her after the miscarriage comment.
Dead on.
She says, well, honestly, I was blaming myself anyways.
Which is that's the whole fucking reason why this pisses me off though. Is like, that's not what your psychiatrist, let's kick them when they're down.
Right.
The hell?
Right. She says, she wasn't saying anything that I hadn't already thought of. I see now that it was wrong, but at the time, she was just saying what I was saying to myself every single day. Ugh. I will not be going back to her.
Thank God.
I know now that I should have left, but I was literally fucking grieving and feeling guilty anyways.
I'm so sorry for this person.
Yeah.
That's not what you deserved.
Yeah. She says, next update, I'm reporting her and switching providers. Thank you for all the comments.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Okay, so happy ending. Mm-hmm. She's not the asshole, although I don't think that was the question.
No, it's like an am I overreacting? No,
and you're not. So this is all no's.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be the asshole and you're not overreacting. Yeah. None of this is acceptable behavior.
Yeah.
And to have someone who you paid to help you through the roughest probably time of your life, to have them confirm your worst nightmares, I am so sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Poor girl.
That's not what we're supposed to do to other women.
No, not at all.
Yep.
So sorry that happened to you at that time in your life.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Go find that group of girls who's going to uplift you and not that psychiatrist.
Hell yeah.
Trash.
Right. Absolute trash.
Yeah.
So thank you again to the energy drink for sponsoring today's cocktail.
Yep.
We did the pineapple and vodka, Grey Goose vodka, and it is delicious.
Really is.
And so we will link the energy drink down below.
Yep.
They support first responders. We really I've worked with them in many capacities and love the company, love their representatives, and check them out because their drinks are amazing. And like I said earlier, I don't get all like crazy and jittery and whatever. Everything tastes really good. There has not been one flavor that I haven't liked yet.
Yeah, the pineapple's very good.
Pineapple's very good. Yep. The cherry flash is my favorite. And great company. So go support them. Pennsylvania owned company. We love to see it.
All PA owned things today. I love that for us.
Yeah. And so
happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
We're almost at Christmas, guys. We have like less than 10 days by the time this airs.
Yep.
So fa la la.
Fa la la.
Shop the small businesses we've talked about.
Yes.
Bar Cart, West Reading, anything in that general area. It is such a wonderful spot to spend your money and get some good food, good drinks, great vibes.
Yes.
So yeah.
And ladies, if you find yourselves maybe getting engaged this season, we have a great dress shop for you to check out.
Yes, Dressed in Love Bridal Suites is in West Reading. It's one of my dearest friends, Amanda Alger, owns it, and she is wonderful. When I tell you that I model for her for dresses sometimes, and when I tell you she really knows what she's doing, I got a thick body with things we don't love, and when she slaps a dress on me, I'm like, damn. Okay. Dresses are good. She's really great at picking them out. It is about to be engagement season.
Yes.
She's going to be one of our guests, we hope. I didn't ask her yet, but as one of my friends, she's going to say yes. She's going to be one of our guests in January, and then we're going to get to showcase a few things from her. That's another one.
Yes, for
it
sure.
Is big time engagement season.
I know. And I got married last year, but by the time I had picked my dress out, I hadn't yet connected with you.
Yeah, so you didn't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did go to Philadelphia for my dress, and I wish that I would have known about Amanda at this time because I would have loved to shop with her dress shop.
I know.
But that's okay. We'll bring her onto the podcast, and now I know, so I'm happy for Kristin and I.
And 5-year reunion when you need to dress up again, we'll do it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of the After Dark podcast. Yep. We cannot wait to see you again next week. Every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, a new episode drops, and we will catch you on the next one.
Happy holidays and cheers, baby.